is Kyra Audley-Charles, and I promise that I will do my best. Does anyone know where that comes from at all, that phrase? No? Well, what it actually comes from is Scouts. So to start with, basically, I'm not a developer, but I use Salesforce 95% of my time, sometimes at home when I'm in bed, when I've got a last-minute deal going on. I actually work in the film industry, so a lot of my clients are Disney, Pixar, all that kind of thing. So why am I talking about Scouts? So I was a Scouts. I was in Scouts for about 8-9 years of my life. I was in explorers. I did climbing mountains. I was doing knitting, absolutely everything you can possibly imagine. Was anyone here a Scout? Yes, some of you. So how come you don't know I promised to do my best? That's the beginning. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
As soon as you said it, I said, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So promise to do my best is part of Scouts. And it comes from about 1905. Been going for years and years, all across the world. But what does that mean? A lot of people, basically. Why am I talking about Scouts, a Salesforce developers meetup group? Because basically, like any other industry in the world, pretty much in 2017, in the way of digitalization, globalization, everything needs to develop. Scouts is one of those. For example, Scouts are now doing badges. For example, they've got a whole industry dedicated to engineering and technology. For example, there's a digital makers course, and there's other sort of digital citizen side of things. What does that mean? Why am I telling you this? Why does this make sense to you? Basically, my idea is that there's so many people in this community. But there's two things that I think Salesforce could help with this. One, the skills. Who are teaching all these people? So many, I asked Scouts, I called them up and I was like, who are teaching all these Scout skills in developing, coding, all that kind of thing? Oh, the parents, or it's someone who Googled it online. And if you want to develop your skills, I know you go to work 9 to 5, but what do you do to challenge yourself outside of that? I know there's Trailhead. I know about that before anyone says that. But in terms of making a whole different industry, here's some numbers for you if you like numbers coders. There's 480,000 people involved, 23,845 units, and do you know what, Scouts? They have no one connecting them. They have no system connecting them. So if one group has loads of ropes, or they have no system of measuring what resources people have, or all that kind of thing. It's imagine if they had a whole network developed, or apps connecting all these people together. Why can't you do that? And so that's two things that you could do. And also, women in technology, just a side note, 1 in 4 girls are Scouts, and 71% are girls. I love Scouts, and I know it's a very small sample size, but all the women I know from Scouts when I was younger, they all work in male-dominated industries. They are all in engineering, in technology, or in business. Imagine if those girls had someone to look up to or showing them coding skills. I never got taught that. If I had someone coming in and showing me that kind of stuff, imagine what I could be doing if I'd had that kind of thing. I'm in a technology, I'm used to being around men, as an example. Why have I gone into that kind of industry? That's the way you can go into it, basically. That's what I think, anyway. I know I'm sales, but I'm not trying to sell you anything, by the way, just in case you're wondering. It's just an idea. This is literally something that's come up my head. I'm like, what are you doing? I think it's more of a conversation starter. If you had a sample of 500,000 people, 28,000 different separate groups, all who have very little websites. Pilot, what could you develop? What possibilities could you have? What skills could you help? What skills could you help in that side of things? I think that's a lot of possibility in that kind of thing. And here's another thing, you don't have to be Bear Grylls, basically. Scouts is like, you can be rolling in the mud, you can be that. I know that's like the stereotype, you don't have to do that kind of thing. There's so many different side things as I've described. Like, you might be not, oh, I don't want to do Scouts, I'm not into that rough, tough stuff, I want to stay inside and keep warm. Well, you can do that. You don't have to commit to being like a full Scout leader. You can just call them up and be like, can I come in and show someone some stuff? Can I help people? Can I do that? Yeah, you can. Like, why not? So, now what? You're like, I've got all these ideas, what can I do with all these people? Like, what can I do now? Do you know what? I can contact them. So these are all the things you can contact, and do you know what? They're crazy for people. They need people like mad, and you guys have the skills. They've got all the numbers. What are you going to do now? World is yours. They see that. And my Twitter is Kyra Chases Dreams, and my LinkedIn. So thank you very much.